Hi guys, welcome to Psychic Astro. I'm so excited to be doing these videos moving forward. So these videos are going to be astrology based on channeled messages that I get from spirit. So please watch the videos based on your sun, moon, or rising sign, whatever resonates the best for you. Me personally, it's always been my rising sign. It's never been my sun, moon. I just wanted to tell you guys that. Maybe that'll help somebody out there. I've also noticed that for me, my rising sign and my natal chart, as well as my rising sign and my progress chart, also resonates with me. Sometimes more so my progress chart than my natal chart. So yeah, I hope that helps anybody out there. Maybe it's worth trying out. So basically what I'm going to be doing in these videos is I'm going to be channeling the transits of the month. I'm going to be going over the themes you guys can expect. I hope, you guys like these videos. I'm starting off, kind of this way with the paper and the pen because I'm new to this and I just need to figure out what works best for me through trial and error. I'm sure eventually I'm not going to be sticking to paper and pen, but this is what I feel comfortable with for right now. I also just want to put a disclaimer out there. As a psychic, as much as I love channeling messages from spirit, as much as I love channeling the cosmos, and although I trust my messages, I don't know, maybe it's my Virgo placement, maybe it's my Capricorn stellium. I want to tell you guys strongly that I believe you guys shouldn't just stick with psychic channeled messages only. You guys should definitely, watch or at least look into professional astrologers' predictions as well for monthly readings. At least that's just how I feel, and I do want to put that out there. To just be practical about these things and, not just strictly rely on psychic messages, okay? All right, with that being said, let's get to it. Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Aries. Hello, my fellow Aries. From one Aries to another, welcome. So what you guys are looking at is the energy you guys will be walking into in the month of February. I know I'm a little late to the game, sorry, but I feel like, you guys should know within the first few minutes if this resonates or not, since we are almost halfway through the month, okay? So I'm going to go through this weekly. I'm going to go through the transits, and then I'm going to go through my channeled messages, all right? And whatever you guys do, definitely double check the dates. I may be off by a day or two, and as always, definitely set it and forget it. I don't think you guys should live off of, astrology and like whatever the transits are. I think like hard and heavy transits you guys should set to be aware of, and work with. All right, so with that being said, February 2nd, Mercury in Capricorn in your guys' 10th house will be sextiling Neptune in the 12th house in Pisces. Okay, so I like this because to me, Mercury, your thoughts, communication pattern, is in your 10th house in Capricorn. It is going to be, I'm going to say, traditional, earthly. It's going to be in a way that people can understand, and it's going to be excuse me, it's going to be working with Neptune, things that may be normally abstract or non-tangible, and you guys are going to be able to communicate these non-tangible things and make them tangible. I always look at Capricorn and Pisces energy when they're connecting in a positive way as manifesting, because you are literally able to pull that 12th house energy, which is our mind, our thoughts, our dreams, and make that a reality. All right. And when this is sextiling together, this is talking about putting in some type of work, I feel like it's not as easy as a trine where this is given to you, but a sextile is where you guys, if you put in some type of energy, if you put in some type of work, you're more than likely going to get whatever it is you're seeking. So with that being said, there may be something you're trying to communicate in regards to your, in the place of your career, in the place of your legacy and how you appear to the world. And it may have to do with your dreams. It may have to do with something that's different or abstract. I don't know why, but I feel like 10 of Cups energy is coming through here, and just making your dreams a reality and being able to communicate it in a tangible way and an applicable way. Okay. February 4th, Mercury enters Capricorn. Mercury enters Aquarius, in your 11th house. All right. So right off the bat, I'm thinking your mind, your communication style will be group oriented. It will be working towards a few different things. Again, maybe your dreams, your deepest dreams, desires, goals. This may be connecting how you guys make money, because 11th house does have to do with our wallet as well, where we make that money from, from the groups of people we are making money from. But also it talks about the internet. It talks about social networking. It talks about our groups of friends, okay? And since you guys have this in Aquarius, this talks about connecting possibly online with different people at this time. Where's Uranus? In the second house, the ruler. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to say this has to do with the things you guys value, and also how you guys make your money. Because Venus, the ruler natally of the second house, but also for you guys as well, oh my God, I do this every time with you guys. You guys have all the traditional signs where they're supposed to be. I'm sorry. So, okay, so the second house, forget everything I just said. The second house, Venus rules the second house. So this talks about your wallet, the things you own, and the things you guys value. And right now it's transiting in the 10th house, which talks about, again, your career, how you guys make your money. Excuse me. I'm sorry, talks about your career, your legacy, how you guys appear to the world, your career. I already said that. And it connects to your second house. You guys value at this time, I think we always value how we, like what we do for a living, but maybe more so during this time. And it has to do with connecting with people, and possibly globally is what I'm picking up on because of that Aquarius energy. Also, there may be a shakeup with money at this time because of Uranus being in the second house. Excuse me, hold on. And because Venus is in the 10th house, your career, there could be a shakeup in your status in the career place, or how you guys appear to the world. Where's Saturn? The 12th house. How you guys appear to the world could be different than what people are normally used to with you guys, because the ruler of Capricorn is in your guys' 12th house. This is where things go missing. This is the house where it's like hard to explain, to describe, because I feel like with this house, it doesn't belong, quote unquote, it doesn't belong here. Obviously, I don't mean that. It does belong here. But it's an energy that's hard to put into words, okay? Think of this house as the ocean, like the middle of the ocean, and trying to get to the bottom of it, it is not possible. You just keep swimming and swimming, if that was even possible, right? So yeah, this is what I'm picking up for you guys. All right, February 5th, Mercury in Aquarius is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius in your 11th house. Okay, so for visual purposes, I'm going to move this over here so you guys can see it sitting next to Pluto. So right off the bat, transformative, something is changing. Anytime something is talking to Pluto in a nice way, a positive way, you can think of this as transformative, deep, changing, for the good. When I think of Pluto in general, I do refer to this as boss energy. And the reason I say this is because there is a magnetism with Pluto. And when used in a positive way, there is leadership abilities where you really can be a very powerful person for good. So when this is talking to Mercury, your mind and your thoughts, you can be very, I want to say convincing. I want to say, you guys can lead people with your words and your thoughts at this time. You guys can lead, you know, your people at this time, your whoever your 11th house is. So let's say you guys want to plan a trip with your group of friends, and there's a certain location, a certain hotel. You guys could legitimately convince your whole group of friends as to why they should book this package during this month, these dates. But what I would suggest is just don't be manipulative with this energy, because that would be the negative aspect of Pluto. The negative aspect of Pluto would be obsessive, manipulative, things of that nature. Not letting go of the things that should let go. So when it's used in a positive way, this is for the good. So something is definitely changing is what I'm picking up on with your group of people, or the people you guys socialize with, okay? Or maybe it's your mind is changing about the people you socialize with. That's also possible. You know, sometimes with astrology, I feel like if I'm not like resonating with the energy that it's talking about, sometimes it's also talking about the shift in energy on a mental level. And that sometimes when I think of it that way, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely connecting with it that way. So this could definitely be talking about that, because Mercury rules your guys' 6th house and your 3rd house. So what could be changing is what you guys are learning about and your everyday work routine, or your healing regimens, work regimen, daily regimen. I look at the 6th house as also the house of healing. So yeah, anyway. Okay, so February 6th, Pallas Athena enters Sagittarius. So Pallas Athena is leaving your guys' 8th house, and it is entering your 9th house. So this confirms exactly what I was just saying regarding learning. Something will be changing, your thoughts, your communication pattern, and it may be based off of what it is you guys are learning or talking about during this time. The 9th house is the house of higher learning. So this could be spirituality. It could be college, some type of form of higher education. Pallas Athena talks about the strategy, how to get where it is you're aiming for, is what I want to say, okay? So I believe Pallas Athena is Mars's sister. So think of it that way. If Mars is like the drive, the competition that you're, or something you are working towards, that is the action. It's the action you guys are physically taking to get something you guys want. But what is the strategy? Okay. All right. So we know Mercury, your thoughts. This is what you guys will be thinking in the month of February. But what is the actual strategy? You guys would look to Pallas Athena, the asteroid, and it's going to be in your 9th house. So it's either, you're giving it to something like faith, like 12th house energy, I want to say something like manifestation practices, or something of spirituality, or you guys are literally investing in learning, education, something like that. February 7th, Ceres enters Capricorn. So Ceres is an asteroid that talks about healing, how you guys heal. So the month of February, it talks about doing things that require structure. So when it comes to healing, so if there's any moments during the month of February where you guys feel like you're hurting, you know, whatever, it looks like going to work or working on your appearance, like how you guys appear to the world, would actually be healing in the month of February for you guys. Capricorn-like things is what I want to say, and it may relate to the 12th house in Pisces because the ruler of Capricorn is in the 12th house, which is Saturn. Okay, so let's get to the channeled messages. What do I have for you guys? The first week of February. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, so for the first week of February, I see you guys observing people in the back of a movie theater, and the movie screen is so bright, and you're sitting in the back just observing everyone. So the sun is what I'm really picking up on. So in your 11th house, I feel like you guys are seeing your group of people is what I'm picking up on, because I was also seeing a table with people, and I feel like you're like the energy. It's funny. It's like the energy was this. You see this chart, and I feel like it's like you guys are sitting here and your people are sitting here, and I feel like you guys are observing them. I'm telling you, I think your thoughts are going to be changing about your group of people. And do you, like, what do you value in people? That's what I'm picking up on. Observing people in the back of a movie theater, and the movie screen is so bright, and you're sitting in the back just observing everyone. Yet, you know, it's like, it's not like I was getting negative energy, but it's not like I was getting positive energy. I'm getting that you guys are able to see people clearly. So when I think of Sun in Aquarius, I think of smart energy. I think of bright energy. I think of like Sun and Uranus talking to each other in a sense. And to me, this is like getting hits from source, spirit, very clearly, like a lightning bolt. And you're just able to, I almost feel like it's very similar to Pisces energy, where it is very clear intuition. And there may not be proof or evidence, but you're seeing things that maybe just don't resonate with like what you want your group of people to be, or what you feel like you are, or something like that. So anyway, second week of February, Vesta goes direct in Gemini. So the difference, what I'm seeing here, is it's going to be in 21 degrees. So again, this goes back to that Mercury energy. And the reason I'm saying that is because Mercury rules Gemini, and it also rules Virgo. So 21 degrees speaks of 9th house energy. And this speaks of higher education, learning. And this is where your strategy is going to be. The ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. So whatever it is you guys are learning, your thoughts, it's going to be expanding during this time. And this is what you guys really value. So yeah, there's definitely something to this. That same day, Sun in Aquarius is squaring Uranus in your second house in Taurus. So with a square, I think of this as a karmic lesson, a hold up, a block. I think there may be, it's either trouble seeing the value in something in regards to this 11th house. But the thing is, it's funny because I was seeing a lot of light. So I feel like you guys are seeing something. So I feel like this is the square. You guys may be seeing something you don't like because it doesn't resonate with what you value. And I feel like this is the Sun squaring Uranus. This is just what I'm picking up on. The ruler of Taurus is Venus. Okay. And Venus is in the 10th house right now. So when I think of Venus in Capricorn, I think of holding back, not really being like affectionate, not really being, and this isn't, if you are a Venus Capricorn, like I'm not saying it doesn't mean you're not loving, like please do not misunderstand. I'm talking about general energy. I'm just thinking this is like somebody with boundaries. This is somebody who's not going to rush in. Okay, let's just put it that way. They're not going to rush in on love. And even if they wanted to, they're not going to. Okay? Depending, you know, apply common sense. What it's talking to, how it's talking to other planets, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we have Libra, because Venus rules Libra as well. So you guys are going to be having trouble with your second house and your seventh house. So this is either speaking of, I feel like, again, your group of people, what you guys value, relationships, really thinking about the things you guys, like the people that are in your life, and reconsidering, I want to say reevaluating, okay? Because your South Node is here and it's in the seventh house. I feel like you guys, because your North Node is in the house of self, you guys are really like thinking right now what works for you guys, okay? Excuse me. So with the sun squaring Uranus, I think there may be something you realize that you don't like, and it kind of creates this karmic moment for you guys. And it connects with the following day, February 9th, where there is a new moon in Aquarius in your 11th house. So something new is going on in your 11th house this month. Either new connections with people, new friendships, new ways of thinking is really what I'm picking up on, truly. New ways to connect with different people. Doing something different online, because again, we have Mercury and Aquarius energy here. New things you guys are realizing that you value. And also it's in 20 degrees. So this is definitely psychological, and it's connecting to the 8th house, which is Scorpio. The ruler of Scorpio is Pluto. Pluto is extremely deep, and it is transformative. So it's in your 11th house. Your groups of people, how you guys view your people, I think is going to be changing. Or maybe what you guys desire, your dreams, those types of things will be changing. What it is you guys value. The following day, Mercury in Aquarius in your 11th house is squaring Jupiter in Taurus in your second house. So again, your thoughts in regards to 11th house topics, there's going to be something karmically related to how you expand on this, okay? What you guys are learning about. You may have difficulty here trying to expand, trying to move on this, or maybe trying to have deep relationships, I want to say, maybe. Because the thing about Aquarius as well is that it's not that it can't be deep. That's not true at all. I definitely know several deep Aquariuses. But the overall energy or goal with Aquarius energy is thinking what is best for the people. It's not really too oriented about the individual. And the thing is, how can you be great or good as a group if you're not thinking about the individual, at least at times, like what works for so-and-so and so-and-so. It's just, sometimes you have to be personal and think about individuals. And I think this is where Aquarius energy has trouble. It's constantly like thinking about, like one of my spiritual friends, she's always like, the collective, like, you know, and I think that's beautiful. But like in order to be in like the best energy for the collective, you as an individual have to be the best self, right? So you have to take some time out. So there's definitely something here talking about that 8th house energy. So yeah, something's definitely changing your thoughts about this 11th house, or again, something online you want to do is going on here as well, or your dreams, desires, things of that nature. You guys could be learning something new online as well, I'm thinking, because the 2nd 8th house access and Jupiter talks about learning. And Jupiter in Taurus talks about like planting the seeds and growing something. Let's see, February 12th, Mars enters Aquarius. Okay, so I feel like I keep saying that weird. Mars enters Aquarius. Mars enters your 11th house. Okay, so to me, right off the bat, this talks about either fighting with friends or being driven to work towards a new group of friends, being driven to work towards making your dreams, desires come true. Whatever this new energy is talking about, if this connects back to making some type of change in regards to your status, your legacy, how you guys appear to the world, then I feel like you guys will be very driven at this time. Again, the ruler, Mars is the ruler of Aries. This is your 1st house, right? And this is where the North Node is at this time. So I do think there's some type of issue, not necessarily an issue, but maybe you guys are coming off as the individual in your groups. Maybe you guys are coming off as selfish. Maybe you guys are coming off as like 9 of Cups, you know, in tarot, and this is looked at as like the person who wants all the attention, and it's not always about that with Aries energy, right? But it does look that way, but it's not about that, right? Because we're coming from the Pisces energy. So yeah, there could be misunderstandings about that. The following day, February 13th, Mars in Aquarius is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius in the 11th house. Oof. Okay, so to me, Mars connecting to Pluto in the 11th house. Yucks. To me, I feel like, so this could be so many things, but to me, this is serious energy because Mars is the original ruler of Pluto and original ruler of Scorpio. So original rulers still hold true today. So you basically have these two energies that can be combative. I think I said that weird, but whatever. These two energies that can be deep, forceful, also sexually charged, sexually magnetic, competitive, leadership abilities. But there is something going on here that's also talking about the individual again. So what I feel like is, I feel like I'm picking up on that you guys are trying to make something happen with either your group of friends, or again, this could connect with how you guys are making your money. I'm not really getting that 100%, but it's definitely possible 1000%, because 8th house talks about making money through other people, through different types of ways. So does the 11th house. It talks about making money off of groups of people. And it does go back to your 2nd house, which talks about your wallet. So for some of you, this is definitely connecting with having thoughts about how you guys can change how you make money and your status, because Venus is in the 10th house in Capricorn. 1000%, I don't doubt it. However, I think for a majority of you guys, it's definitely talking about a change in regards to your people. It's talking about a change online. This is what I'm seeing. But when Mars and Pluto connect together, my advice would be to you guys, because this can be karmic with Pluto, and Saturn, when Saturn's involved, I would say do not be manipulative with trying to get your point across when communicating. If there are issues that come up during this time, because if you're trying to be the individual in a group, this may create issues. But if you have Pluto conjunct Mars, you may be able to get people to see your point of view, but you can do it in a leader, positive type of way. You don't need to be manipulative about it, but it may be extremely easy to do so. So I would suggest don't do it, because when Pluto is involved, or Saturn, it will come back to bite you in the ass. So I wouldn't do it. That same day, Venus in Capricorn in your 10th house is sextiling Neptune in Pisces in your 12th house. So to me, this is talking about, for some of you, a 10 of Cups energy, how to make your dreams, desires come true when it comes to the workplace. Because it's so dreamlike is what I want to say, with Venus and Neptune talking to each other 1000%, especially the fact that Neptune is in Pisces and Venus being in Capricorn. Okay, yeah, this may hold itself back, but also at the same time, it's going to build on something to make it a reality. It will invest in the things that it knows has potential. So, and that can be long lasting. Okay. So what did I channel for you guys for the second week of February? I'm seeing you guys and someone's arm around you and people around you. So it's almost like very similar to the first vision with the first week of February, where it looks like this chart, except in the middle, I would say it's almost as if like this is your eye and you can see people clearly. And I feel like you do see people with love, because the pupil of your eye is, the shape of your eye is a heart. And people want to be around you is what I see. Okay. Sorry, this is me trying to draw, like, I don't know. This is symbolic of people wanting to be around you. I don't know why, it just is. And then I see you guys looking through something that looks like a photo book, a photo album, I'm sorry. But then it turns into a stove, like, I forgot what it's called, a burner, whatever. But it's meant, it gets hot and it cooks things, okay? So I feel like the energy's good, it's positive, but then there's something about like memories or the thought and rethinking about people, and then it's like it's turning hot. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's turning, it's either like, it's just the temperature is getting hot, okay? Then the scene changes to this long slide and it's going down. And then it slowly changes into a long table and you guys are sitting down in a seat. And I feel like I'm seeing your guys' eye looking at this. So again, I feel like this is talking about you guys being able to see something about your people. So when I look back at the transits, I feel like, excuse me, I think with the stove top, I think that's what it's called, the photo album turning into a stovetop. I think this is talking about that Mars conjunct Pluto energy, because this can be a doozy, because Pluto is water energy. It is very deep. It's transformative, and I feel like that's what's changing. The photo album changes into something hot, and this is what Mars is. So I do think I think you guys are able to see something you guys want to change, and you guys are able to do so. With that long slide turning into a long table, it may be something that's in the future and not necessarily right now, because of that Venus in Capricorn in the 10th house. It will commit to something that is long lasting, right? And I think you see something that is long lasting with something you guys want to commit to. But I think it's going to take time is what I'm picking up on. And it's currently non-tangible. It may not be something that you guys can actually see or touch in the month of February, but you believe it is something that will eventually happen. So I feel like it has to do with people. You know, this vision of people that are with the shape of the heart with your eye, and then people with their arms around you, something like that. That may actually be the new moon in Aquarius energy I'm picking up on, where you guys are envisioning these new groups of people around you. And this is that long slide down, and then this turning into a long table with, you know, because nobody's sitting at the table just yet, but you know, I'm not necessarily getting negative energy, but the photo album, I feel like, confirms to me the past. Okay, so then February 16th, Venus enters Aquarius. So Venus is leaving your guys' 10th house in Capricorn. It is entering your 11th house in Aquarius. Okay. So this energy to me, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself. I don't think I am, though. I don't think I already said this. So Venus in Aquarius, this is general energy, generally speaking. I would say this, besides Aquarius-like things, like showing and expressing their love when it's in Aquarius is, I feel like, I don't want to say, I feel like it's through smart conversations. Like Aquarius energy is air, so it doesn't express its love energy through affection, I want to say. And obviously, if you guys are Aquariuses, or if you have Venus in Aquarius and you disagree, it would be because of your placements or the degree it's in, something like that, because I'm speaking general energy, and this is not an affectionate energy when it's in Venus in Aquarius. This is analytical, this is smart. You know, I think of this energy as a little bit, you know, like the meme. Maybe I am repeating myself. I'm either thinking of your reading or somebody else's reading. I'm sorry. But where it's like you want to hug the person you like, but instead you awkwardly punch them on their shoulder. It's kind of almost like an Aries move. Aries, when they flirt, Venus and Aries, they're like picking on the person they like with, you know, nicknames and jokes. And depending on the other person's Venus, they may or may not understand this, that this is them flirting. So a Venus in Aquarius, I feel like, in the 11th house, like how you guys are going to be feeling this energy. I'm not really picking up on so much romance and love here, but more so for your community, maybe for your group of people is what I'm picking up on, or just that you guys want to be social, analytical, maybe even online, if not with your group of people, okay? Maybe you guys want to express artistic things online, or again with your group of people, because the 11th house speaks of social networking, your group of people. It speaks of the internet, online. It also speaks of your deepest dreams and desires as well as like where you guys can make your money from, like who you're making your money from. So excuse me, I think when Venus enters Aquarius, you guys may be feeling more social is what I'm getting, and maybe more group oriented. Not necessarily, like I was saying before, maybe quirky or, you know, like don't hug me, you know, things like that, because that's not really what I'm picking up on. I mean, there's a possibility with Mars and Venus both being here, and if so, then I would say that that's probably what I just said a little bit earlier. Okay, so anyway, I'm talking too much about that. Same day, February 16th, Mercury in Aquarius is squaring Uranus in Taurus in your guys' second house. Okay, so Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, right? And it is squaring Mercury. So to me, how I think of this is, excuse me, I think of this as a disruption in a negative way. I think of this as the Tower card, and I think of this energy in regards to your thoughts and how you guys communicate with your group of people or on the internet. So what I would say is almost like a Mercury retrograde, you know, like watch your words. They may be misunderstood during this time, because with Uranus, I think of a lightning bolt. And when it's squaring, it's almost as if like that lightning bolt is not like just going through. It's like ricocheting and going back up into the air where it doesn't belong, is almost what I want to say. Like something is not being clearly understood is what I think of with Mercury squaring Uranus, because a square is a karmic lesson. It's a holdup. It's a block. So with these two planets speaking together, there's something that is getting blocked between the conversation with both of them. So Mercury is your thoughts and communication, and it's in your 11th house, your group of people online. We just went over this. And it has to do with your second house, which talks about, yes, it could be your money. It could be, but it may more than likely have to do with the things you value. And since Venus rules Taurus and it's also in your 11th house, I would say that this probably has to do with you guys valuing whatever is going on in that 11th house during this time in February, and there may be some type of misunderstanding. Okay, so February 17th, Venus in Aquarius is going to be conjunct Pluto. So these two planets sitting next to each other. So I've said this before, whatever Pluto touches, it will never be the same. So this is a transit that will not last that long. However, Venus will be talking to Pluto. And when I think of anything talking to Pluto in a positive way, I think of this as something changing, something getting deep, something getting serious. So I would say that there will be something transformative possibly happening. It may be connected to that misunderstanding or disruption that we just discussed with the Mercury squaring Uranus, because it's literally the day after. But either way, when I think of Venus conjunct Pluto, I think of scorpionic type of love. I think of Venus in Scorpio, which talks about deep love. It talks about transformative love. Excuse me. However, the funny part about this is it's in Aquarius and it's in your guys' 11th house. So I think what may be happening is something would be changing during this time, either with your group of friends, social networking, 11th house things, when it comes to either artistic expression, maybe possibly how, you know, you guys get your money, because that disruption the day before, it could have something to do with your money, because second house is your wallet, and Mercury technically can be looked at as traveling. I'm sorry, it is looked at as traveling. So, and it's in your 11th house. So there could be some type of disruption with making money due to maybe a delay in travel from the day before. I don't know. I'm just giving you a random scenario because honestly, with a general reading, these things will play out differently in all of your lives, especially with all of your personal planets going on in these houses. So yeah, you guys got to keep that in mind. So I think something may be changing in the way you guys maybe express the way you show your love for your group of people, or maybe how you guys express yourself on the internet. Maybe you guys express yourself, you know, while you're maybe you guys how you I can't speak. I'm sorry. How you guys look in front of your group of friends may be changing, right? Because Venus, this is also appearances. This is how you guys aesthetically take care of yourself. Do you guys do your hair? Do you do your makeup? Do you take time to put your outfit on, your nails, all that good stuff? When it's talking to Pluto, you guys are deeply like evaluating something about this and changing it up. This is when like the girl gets that haircut, she dyes her hair, and then it's like she changes her wardrobe and you're like, what the hell happened to Tiffany? And it's like Pluto got involved. You know, I don't know. I'm just giving you a random example to better understand it. Okay, so yeah, you guys may be changing your appearance. You guys may be thinking about expressing yourself differently with your group of people, or expressing yourself differently online. All right, so the next day, February 18th, Sun enters Pisces in the 12th house. So it's leaving your 11th house and it's entering your 12th house. Yes, I love when the Sun is in Pisces. This to me is so intuitive, so on point. It's the most like quietest type of intuition ever. And I definitely look at this as truth is stranger than fiction, because those type of downloads you guys will get from spirit are like the most, like you would never suspect that, no, this can't be this, it can't be that, or no, I'm not going to do this, this is never going to happen. And then these things end up happening, and it's like you definitely intuitively got that hit from spirit, and you can't believe it's real because of how you know, quiet that intuitive hit was. So anyway, when the Sun enters your 12th house in general, I mean, yeah, this can speak of, you know, maybe, you know, wanting to be alone. Anything in the 12th house definitely speaks about introspection, loner, wanting, not necessarily wanting to be alone, but it could. But there's something here with possibly feeling the need to escape from the world, people, being in your element so you can feel comfortable. And that may be home, possibly. When the Sun is here, I think of spirituality, because the Sun can be looked at as like the higher self. So being enlightened in the highest way possible with your mind is what I think of here. So you guys will definitely be connected with spirit, even if you don't feel connected, even if you don't feel spiritual, even if you guys don't have gifts, it doesn't matter. You guys just will be feeling your intuition big time, and you guys will be connecting to something during this time. The following day, February 19th, North Node in Aries in your first house is conjunct Chiron in Aries in your first house. Okay, so here's the thing about this, and it definitely relates to the Sun hitting your 12th house. And like I just said, you guys are going to be wanting to feel, you guys are going to be feeling like you want to escape, be alone, introspection, something like this. And it could be because of something that happened in that 11th house, possibly, which connects with your second house, the things you guys value. There's definitely some type of disruption. I don't think it's anything huge, but I think it's just something with your thoughts and your mind and how you guys possibly express yourself or communicate. And it makes you I think you guys are rethinking something is what I'm getting. So the reason I'm writing down the degrees is the North Node and Chiron, they're both in your first house and they're both in 16 degrees. 16 degrees speaks about the fourth house in Cancer. This is the home. So I find this interesting because this is happening the day after the sun enters the 12th house. The sun represents the 5th house and 16 degrees represents the moon, the 4th house, okay? The 5th house is when you're out and you're shining. When I say out, I mean like on stage. People see you. Whatever energy you have in the 5th house, like there's no escaping this. When you go outside, people are going to see you. It doesn't matter what you look like negative or if you look like crap. You're going to be it's like the way I describe certain zodiac signs or placements, it's like, and I'm sorry if you guys feel like this is disturbing, but it is what it is. It's like dogs. You know how there's certain dogs that get humped and certain dogs don't get humped, like especially if you bring them to a dog park or whatever. And I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever realized this, but not every dog always gets humped. There's a certain scent it's true. So I feel like, sorry, it's the truth, but I feel like that's what goes on with certain placements. It's almost like there is a scent with certain places. It's just like certain Scorpio placements. You will be naturally magnetic, whether you want to be or not, okay? So my point here is that the 5th house placement, the sun, you guys are going to be having this in a hidden spot. The 12th house is hidden. It's almost as if you guys do not want to be out and about. You guys don't want people to see you. You don't want to shine. You rather, you know, I don't know, meditate, focus on spirit. I don't know, whatever it is you guys believe in. And this probably connects to something about you guys and wanting to heal something in regards to maybe something about yourself that connects back to home and how you grew up is what I'm picking up on. Because the North Node and Chiron being conjunct together, this talks about a wound that you will be feeling, and it connects back to the home. And the North Node is a direction that you guys are going to be going in this year, whether you guys are consciously aware of it or not. So it's like you guys are going in a direction, and this Chiron being next to it may almost, I want to say, it's trying to heal you in regards to this direction that you may stop yourself from at times, or get negative thoughts about, or like, I can't do this, or nobody likes me, or, you know, I don't know, I'm ugly. I'm thinking first house things, you know, I have no idea. But this can be very healing because Chiron is, you know, conjunct the North Node. It's not like it's in a negative aspect. It's talking to it. So it's like it's trying to heal this energy. And with the sun being in the 12th house, that can be very healing. So that's something to think about there, to possibly experience that week. So what did I channel for you guys for the 3rd week? I'm getting 8 of Wands energy for you guys, which is Mercury and Sagittarius. This is, anytime I see this energy, I'm always seeing like somebody's ear, and it's always like spirit, like talking, whispering in the ear. So even if you guys are not clairaudient, or you guys don't feel like you can hear things, if you guys don't feel like when you hear certain songs, or if you're walking or driving by at a specific time and you hear somebody say something, and you don't think it's a certain synchronicity, despite whatever they're saying has, you know, was confirming your thoughts or something to that degree, I would say during the 3rd week of February, you guys will be very much in touch with spirit, your spirit guides, guardian angels, because I'm seeing your ear zoomed in. And then, and it was actually really creepy. So I'm not a good drawer, but, and I said that weird, but let's say this is your ear, okay? Just work with me here. Pretend this is an ear. So it's like I saw this vision, and it's like it zoomed into the air, and all of a sudden I literally saw this eye. It was so creepy, but it was kind of cool. So to me, I felt like it was like a third eye in your ear, like you guys may be getting synchronicities during this time. And I felt like there was content, like peaceful energy, because it's like you guys are getting confirmation of the things you guys will be feeling. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So excuse me. Yeah. So the last week of February, what can you guys expect? Okay. February 20, well, we still have February 21st. So Venus in Aquarius is going to be conjunct Mars in the 11th house. So to me, this is, I mean, I like this energy because this is like the opposite sex. This is one way of looking at it, like working well together. This is, you know, I think of Mars, I think of willpower, I think of confidence, I think of endurance. This could be competitive energy to go after whatever it is you guys want. And Venus energy can be looked at as beautiful things. This could be looked at as artwork. This could be looked at as money. It could be looked at as love. So I feel like when Mars is conjunct Venus, one way of looking at this is coming together and working towards something, like literally putting in the action to get something you want. And it may not be as hard as it normally would be. I feel like when I think of Mars, sometimes we think of the god of war or fighting, things of that nature, and negative aspects of this. But it's talking nicely to Venus, okay? Think of a boy talking nicely to a girl. That's what's going on here. So I think in your 11th house, you guys, the last week, sorry, the third week of February, because I forgot the last transit, Venus in Aquarius, conjunct Mars in Aquarius. I think you guys will be very determined to go after the things that please you. You know, when I think of Venus, I think of literally being comfortable, right? Like I think of beautiful, aesthetically pleasing things to the eye. And so I think with Mars being here, you guys may be working with others towards this. And if it's not with others, I would say that it's not so much effort and you don't have to fight to get whatever it is you want, okay? That's what I believe you guys will experience with this Mars conjunct Venus, because Mars rules your first house, Aries, and Venus rules your second house and your 7th house, which talks about Taurus, your wallet, things you guys value, your money, and 7th house Libra. This talks about relationships, partnerships, and you guys do have the South Node here. So like I said before, I think there's definitely some type of shakeup, nothing too crazy with your 11th house people, excuse me, or the internet, or social networking. Each story, I'm sure, is different. However, I do think despite Uranus being in your 2nd house, some type of shakeup, a disruption, or just something different going on with the things you guys value or how you guys make your money. And despite the South Node being in your 7th house, which kind of takes you away from other people and brings you in the direction towards yourself, I do think that there's going to be something that you guys want to do, and it may be easy flowing for you guys, and it's something you guys value and appreciate. All right, moving on now. December. Why did I say December? February 22nd. Let's see. Pisces enters Mercury. Oh, that's why I wrote that. I'm like, why did I scratch out Pisces? I wrote Mercury enters Pisces. I'm so sorry. Even when I wrote that down, I was like, oh God, astrologers hate when people do that. I don't think it's such a big deal, but whatever. Mercury enters Pisces in the 12th house. Oh no, oops. Anyway, so, okay, so with this, again, just looking at this, there's definitely something going on in regards to that loner energy, being with your thoughts. I like the sun and Mercury being here because the sun is shining a light in the dark, or it's shining a light with things that are maybe not easily well understood. These could be things that need to be worked on, right? Because the 12th house does sometimes speak about things that we don't realize about ourselves that need to be worked on. So Mercury, excuse me, are your thoughts, communication, how you guys communicate, and it'll be in Pisces. So I think you guys will be extremely intuitive. Honestly, the collective is going to be intuitive, but the placements will indicate how it plays out. So for you guys, I can't see you guys not having dreams with spirits, not being contacted by spirits. I'm just thinking with Mercury being here, I would be very surprised if you guys don't remember your dreams. But I can tell you right now, you will definitely be getting dreams from spirits. Like, they won't just be nonsense dreams. And even if they seem like they're nonsense dreams, I guarantee you they're not. There's some type of spiritual message in it. All right, February 24th, full moon in Virgo, in your 6th house, and it's in 5 degrees. So the reason I mentioned 5 degrees is because it is a Leo degree, and the sun, the ruler of Leo, the 5th house, is in your 12th house, okay? So what type of energy will you guys be feeling? Well, number one, I'm going to tell you right now, you guys are going to want to be cleaning. If not cleaning, because I know sometimes I talk to Virgo moons and they're like, no, I don't like to clean. And I'm like, if you don't like to clean, you must like to organize. Like, there's something there. And they're like, yeah, organizing I like to do. I'm like, okay, there we go. So with the full moon being in the 6th house, you guys are definitely going to be wanting to clean or organize around the house. Something like that. But what will this be illuminating for you? What will you guys be able to see that needs to leave, I feel like, your life? And it's not to sound so dramatic, but I feel like it's connected to something mental, something in regards to your thoughts that doesn't serve a purpose, and it does connect back to maybe a mindset or a thought that no longer serves you, and it connects to how you were raised, or maybe, I don't know, like the thoughts that you grew up on while, you know, the thoughts that maybe you believe to be your own while growing up, and then they just don't resonate with you anymore. What resonates with you guys and who you guys are. I think that's what this is connecting and talking about, with the North Node being in your 1st house. This is talking about the individual, and the ruler of Aries is Mars, and it's in a group-oriented house, right? And you guys are supposed to be focusing on yourselves. Excuse me. So I feel like with the 6th house in Virgo, this talks about work. It talks about your daily routine, your daily regimen. It's literally looked at as the place of work, because the 6th house is looked at as everyday living. Like, from the moment your alarm clock goes off, what are you guys doing? This is the 6th house, and all of that stuff is literally work, right? Like, to get to work takes work. because you guys have a regimen to do, right? You have to brush your teeth. You have to get your food ready. You have to take your shower, or if you did all that the night before, whatever, you did it the night before. That's still sixth house stuff. Sixth house is also looked at as how you take care of your body. Okay, this is Virgo. So, are you guys doing that? Because Aries first house is technically your body, yourself, all about you. And the sixth house talks about how you take care of you. Okay? So what's going to be illuminated? You guys are going to be figuring out, are you guys taking care of yourself? And how you guys can heal yourself. Because Virgo energy, sixth house energy is also, in my opinion, the house of healing. This is how you guys can heal yourselves. So yeah, definitely with the sun and Mercury here in the 12th house on the same axis as the full moon, and Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. Most definitely, you guys are going to be seeing something, and it relates to your thoughts. And I think when you guys come in touch with that, get in touch with that, because with the sun being there, I can't see you guys not getting in touch with it. I think it also may then show you how to heal yourself from that. And it may be physical, believe it or not. Oh, I feel so dumb saying that. With Mars energy, like Mars ruling you guys, yeah, it would be physical. That is the way Aries, so I'm an Aries as well. This is supposed to be very healing for us, is physical activity. So I feel like, yeah, there's definitely something to this. And I think another message as well, because I don't believe there's just one message and only one thing will be illuminated. Like, I don't believe that at all. 5 being Leo energy, 5th house, sun illuminating something. There's something about the individual being in the group. The North Node is in Aries in the 1st house. So you may be realizing how you guys stand out. How you guys are different, or maybe that you guys want to be different or stand out, something like that. And maybe in the home life, this is where the wound is. Maybe you weren't supposed to, I don't know, stand out, something like that. Okay, so the same day, February 24th, Venus in Aquarius in your 11th house is squaring Jupiter in Taurus in your 2nd house. So, with Venus squaring Jupiter, I feel like this could, it's funny, I feel like this could be, okay, let me just get to it. So, it's definitely some type of holdup. It's a block. It's definitely a karmic lesson because of that square. However, whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon, okay? So, there's definitely some type of holdup in regards to expanding upon something it is that you guys love, value. It could be money. It's possible. I don't think so, though. But again, for some of you, I think it could be. It would make sense. But I feel like what I'm picking up on more so is, excuse me, because Pallas Athena is in Sagittarius. I feel like I said that word. Pallas Athena is your strategy. How do you get there to whatever it is you want, okay? So it's in your 9th house. And where's the ruler of Sagittarius right now, which is Jupiter? It's in your 2nd house, the things you guys value. So there's something about how you guys, like through, I want to say, how do I say this? The strategy would be expanding upon whatever this is. You guys want to possibly learn, because Vesta is in 21 degrees. 21 degrees is a Sagittarius energy. Points us back to the 9th house, and the ruler's in the 2nd house. So I would say the things you guys value, you guys want to learn more about, you guys want to expand upon. However, I think there's some type of holdup, and I think there's some type of block, and it may have to do with either your group of people, or the internet. There's just some type of disruption here, or if it's money, it's just, maybe that would be a stock market thing. You know, Pluto is the ruler of the 8th house. I personally look at the 8th house as stock market related things. It's just me. And it's in the 11th house. It could be a disruption with money, investments, things of that nature. But to me, I'm looking at this as more as whatever you guys want to move on. There's just a holdup. There's a block. I keep trying to make it more detailed, but there's nothing to, I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, so as a ripple effect, what you guys may do, because you can't make something happen, you guys may, I feel like, go big elsewhere, because again, whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon. So you guys may end up overspending. Maybe you guys shop or do something to make yourself feel better, I feel like. Except it wouldn't, right? It's almost like if a relationship doesn't work out, so somebody goes and hooks up with somebody else just to feel better. It's like that never actually works. This is like what I'm picking up on with Venus squaring Jupiter. It's like whatever you guys actually value, it's getting held up. So you guys may do something else just to feel like, just to be able to get something you want, because Venus wants what it wants. Whatever. All right. February 27th, Mars in Aquarius in your 11th house, squaring Jupiter in Aquarius. I'm sorry, Jupiter and Taurus in your 2nd house. So again, very similar energy, except it's Mars. It's not Venus this time. So with Mars, this is talking about an action, something you are physically working towards, or something you have the energy, the willpower to work on, work towards, and there's just a block. You are not able to move on it at this time. It's almost as if the universe is asking you, do you really value this in your 11th house? And are you really willing to work towards it? And if you are, how far are you willing to go? Like it's almost as if the universe wants you to pause and just think about why you want the things you want, why you value these things. What would you do if you had these things, is what I'm picking up on. February 28th, Sun in Pisces is conjunct Mercury in your 12th house. Okay, so I like this energy because when the Sun and Mercury are next to each other, to me, this is just intelligence. It's the light shining in your mind. So, and the fact that it's in the 12th house, it helps. It makes it even better. So I would say that you guys will, especially the 28th, because this is a, what is this again? A Cazimi, I believe. Definitely double check that. But I believe it's a Saturn Cazimi. Saturn Cazimi in Pisces. Since it's looked at to be in the heat of the sun, it can intensify all the planets involved. And Saturn is time and karma, and it's sitting in a Cazimi with the sun in Pisces. Okay, so yeah, anyway, so the Sun and Mercury together, this is your conversations may be more intellectual. However, I feel like your conversations will be with yourself. They'll be more healing I would be surprised if you actually are having these conversations with other people. And that same day, the sun in Pisces in your 12th house will be conjunct Saturn in Pisces in your 12th house. So yeah, so when the sun and Saturn are talking to each other in a positive way, this is like, I feel like, so this is father energy, the Saturn and the sun. And the sun is confidence, it's light, it's positivity, it's warmth. So think of like the positive father that's encouraging you to like go after your dreams and go after whatever it is you want. That's the type of energy I'm picking up on, and doing it in a way that is possible. Okay, like knowing, okay, well, what's the plan? Are you putting in the time? Are you putting in the energy? Are you putting in the money? You know, whatever it is you guys are working towards. Or if, let's say, it's love, you know, like, is this person taking you seriously? Are you looking for something serious? Like, Saturn wants you to take your time, doesn't want you to rush, wants you to think about it and be serious about it. Okay, so you guys will be very deep and serious within your own thoughts and be connected with spirit. February 29th, the next day, Mercury in Pisces in your 12th house is sextiling Jupiter in Taurus in your 2nd house. I like that because your thoughts, whatever it is you guys come to terms with or you guys realize, I feel like you'll be able to learn something from this, and it'll be able to stay with you. You know, sometimes we have thoughts and they come and they go and then we forget about those thoughts. But I feel like whatever this is, you guys will be able to, you know, typical Jupiter things, expand upon this, have luck with this. It's a blessing with whatever this is. Excuse me. I mean, I don't know if you guys would be thinking about traveling during this time as well, or maybe planning on like a traveling trip. Like, that could be possible too. But yeah, that's what I'm getting for you guys. So what did I channel the last week? So it's not bad energy, but it's not great. You guys may be isolated or a little depressed. I feel like I see your spirit guide trying to get you out of a funk. And then I feel like you guys just are not comfortable is what I'm picking up on. So I think whatever you guys, whatever gets illuminated, whatever you guys are in touch with this 12th house stellium, the thing about the 12th house is, especially when it's in Pisces and when you have a lot going on here, things get lost. And I know that's like typical 12th house things, but what I mean by that is that it's hard to hold on to a thought, like literally long enough for it to stay. That's why I said when Mercury sextiles Jupiter, I feel like whatever you learn, it's going to stay. It's hard for things to stick to the 12th house. Like when you have planets in the 12th house, and you have conversations with people who have planets in the 12th house, depending on how they're placed and how they're talking to other planets, a lot of the times it's like, especially if they're deep conversations, serious conversations, it's almost as if like they forget about the conversation, or they remember the plot of the conversation, but they don't remember the details of it. It's typical 12th house themes, like things just get lost and forgotten, and it's literally not intentional. It's not to hurt anybody, and it's not to hurt yourself, right? Because this is talking about you guys, I feel like. So I think you guys towards the end of February are going to be at home is what I'm picking up on. I'm picking up on with your thoughts. I feel like introspection. Yeah, you guys may be out with a group of people here and there, but even then something's up with that. You guys may be analyzing this, thinking about that. And it may get you a little down because of that south node in the 7th house. I think as Aries people, we don't like not having a group of friends. We like being social. I mean, yeah, we like our loner time too, right? But it's really upsetting if we don't have our group of friends. And I think something is happening here in that 11th house is what I'm picking up on, especially with the south node in Libra in the 7th house. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys for the month of February. And I would say whatever messages you are connected with, I think that's truly you guys connecting with spirit. I do believe that with that Pisces energy, with those Pisces transits, okay? All right, that's what I got. Bye, guys.